What's up everybody, welcome back to another drawing tutorial. So today we've got Denki Kaminari from My Hero Academia, the electric quirk guy. I wanted to do it with some electricity in it, so he's got his hand up and some electricity coming out. So I'm using a landscape orientation page just to fit that hand in. It's over here. So let's go. So right, where to start? So he's got thing with Denki and characters with big fringes, so they kind of cover his eyes a fair amount. So I think we should start with his fringe, I think. Shall we? Yeah. Right, so up near the top of our page, we're going to do this V, okay? So like a V here, okay? You'll notice this side is a little shorter than this one. Remember guys, use a pencil. I forgot to say it. It's easier to erase mistakes, obviously, with a pencil, and you can always ink afterwards. Hit pause if I go too fast. Right, so this is shorter over here, longer, and then this side of his fringe is going to come down long like this. So this goes right over his right eye, okay? So it's like a letter M, basically, for both sides of his fringe, like a real tall McDonald's sign, like that. So then, like in here, about halfway down, we have his right eye. Okay, his right eyelid just goes in underneath that hair there. And then his bottom eyelid just down here, curving around into there. So there's like a gap between the two eyelid lines. And then his iris just here, small, curves up, goes underneath his hair there, and a pupil just in the center, like that. So his other eye, just over here, starts about there. So this is like the middle of his face right here. And then this eye is going to come over, like so. So we can see a bit more of this eye. And the other eyelid line comes out underneath, like that. So then his other iris, so just here, circle, small one, and pupil, like so. Right, so his eyebrows, so we have a line coming up this way, like so. And then there's a little patch of yellow just in here, like that. And then top eyelid, sorry, eyebrow on this side, not top eyelid. This comes up, a little patch of yellow in there, like so. So the middle of his face is like off center from this V. So the V is over to the left a little bit. The middle of his face is right here, and his nose is just right in there. Just a straight sort of line, like so. And then his mouth, he's smiling a little bit, real simple line across, curves up at the end, and then maybe a little one just over this side as well. I'm going to just thicken up these. They're not thicker in the image I'm drawing from, but I'm just going to thicken them up a little bit. Just add my own sort of touch, maybe. Just think they should be a little bit thicker, that's all. Yeah. Right, so his chin and his jaw just come up around here. Okay? So we can see more of his face on this side. So we have his chin here, right in the middle. And then this is going to come up to there underneath his hair. And his jaw then come up that side. It's across from his mouth, just the top of his mouth there, and then we change direction and we go up the side of his face, just like that. So I've seen him drawn with like a real pointy chin or a rounder sort of chin like this, but it's really up to you what sort of style you like drawing. So he's been drawn different ways in the anime for some reason. So, right, we have some hairlines just up here. And some in here too. Like so. And then we'll finish the rest of his hair. So this big spike comes up like this. And we have another one beside it, spiking down, spike all the way up. About there. And then the spike fringe over this side comes up to about here. And then he's got that like radio or something on his ear, just right here. So it's just a box curving down like this first, straight down, back underneath, and into the side of his face. So it's on his ear, just there. And then the antenna for that goes pretty straight up, so you could use a ruler if you had one, or any sort of straight edge, you know, the side of a book, anything at all. You just want to bring it straight up, like so. And it's round on top, so curve it around with a line just there. And then hair spikes kind of going all around the top of his head. So we'll start down here, I guess. So spiking here, one, and they kind of get gradually bigger as we go, like so. Then a little bit bigger, to there, bigger to here, like so. Spiking out again, real pointy. Designed to obviously reflect his quirk, which is electricity, like this. He's basically like Pikachu in human form. Next one. Comes up this way. And this line comes down towards the middle of his head. And we have another one coming off here. This one comes back that way. And one more here. Like so. Grows down into his head. And then coming down this side, just like here. So the hair can be different. It doesn't have to be exactly like mine, guys. Remember, hair moves. So the spikes can be, this spike could be more up that way if you wanted, you know. As long as you get the general shape, you know, the growth, that it's going down that way. You know, but every now and then they could be going in different directions. It's not essential. There. Because believe it or not, the hair in anime is probably one of the tougher sort of things to get right, because it's very distinctive. So don't beat yourself up. Another one here, back into there. And then a couple of small ones. Two. And then he has this black, dark black sort of section on his fringe, kind of here. So, Comes down to about the top of his eye there. And then we have up, down, up again, down, up again, and back into there. And then the top of that, so it's actually pretty like Pikachu's tail. Up like so, up, down, up, down. Well, no, it's kind of not like Pikachu's tail now. That kind of bit was a little bit for maybe the top of it, but not anymore. Never mind. So his neck, coming down from his jaw, just there, has a bit of a shadow under his chin here. Hatching, if you want. Some animes use it, some animes don't. And then the collar of his shirt. So it comes out from behind his hair. So, like, say out from here. It's like his jacket collar, actually, not a shirt, sorry. This goes around the back of his neck. It will come out the other side. Down here. And then the inside of that, so it comes across there, and it will go back down all the way, like so. And we do pretty much the same thing on this side. It comes out to about here, comes down all the way. And then we have a V for his t-shirt. Just a white V-neck t-shirt, standard. And then his collarbones. Two lines like this. Goes up and across. And maybe a fold on his shirt just there. Right, so shoulder on this side comes out. That down, and then kind of bumps out here like so, and then we have a lightning symbol. So kind of first line comes down really long, and then it zigzags back up, goes down, back up to there, and then the other side. So we bring it up, zigzag up to there, and then we bring it back up to the other side of his shoulder. Boom. Like so. And the other side, right, so we have his hand, but we'll place his shoulder first so we know where his hand is. So right, so we have maybe a fold coming out there. His shoulder will come out as well. It's about the same width, you know, you want them to be about the same, both sides. It doesn't have to be exact, just about the same width. And then this one comes down like that. So then we know that his hand is somewhere in here, because if his shoulder joint is there, his bicep, all that comes down to his elbow, and then his forearm comes back up, but his hand is really close to us. So we'll place the tops of his fingers, because he's doing this, right? So you can like see the tops of his fingers. So we'll do 4 of them, you know, because that's how many fingers he has, and 1 thumb. So like curved lines here, like 1 and 1 here and here. Okay. So go in diagonal, leave a gap in between, like a small gap in between each finger. Okay? So they're the tops of his fingers. Okay? So then, once you have that in place, we're going to go down. So we're going to do the little finger first. So it comes down this way. this comes out like so. So here's where we meet the knuckle, okay? So then it changes direction, goes back in here. So does this, like there. So these two fingers are the same pretty much, and these two are pretty much the same. This one's slightly bigger than this one, obviously. So same sort of lines. So this one comes down this way. This one will come down that way. Same sort of thing. And then we bend back the other way. So it's bending around his knuckle. So those knuckles bend. So we go the other way. Remember guys, our hands are tricky, so hit your pause button when I make a line. Another one there. So like I said, this finger's slightly longer. And then we'll join it to this one. Just there. So then these two fingers are going in the opposite direction, okay? They're bending around if you were looking at them like that. It's because of the way we look at them. It's like perspective. So these ones will bend the other way. So we'll do a line going that way. And then this line will go out to his knuckle there. And then it will bend back around like so. Middle finger is the longest finger. This line comes down to about there. And we just do a line joining these two together. Just like there. And then his index finger. So, put a line going that way. And then this line going out like so. And then we'll bump it around his knuckle, like that. And bring it down to the other knuckle, just there. And then the inside of his hand just comes down in behind his middle finger, like so. And then these knuckles, so he has knuckles underneath, so these ones here, right? So there, the first one comes in underneath here and bumps into that finger, see that? Then the next one comes down like so. Next knuckle under this finger. Then the next one goes up that way. And then this comes around for the palm of his hand, up and into there. Because we can see the palm of his hand in through those fingers in there. So the palm of his hand then comes around, bumps up. So it's kind of a bumpy shape. If you can see through, like imagine you could see through the fingers. And then his thumb is connected to this part here. So that comes out just about here, like so. And then his fingernails. So we'll just do like a letter C coming out, like a blocky square sort of letter C there. Coming out like so on the top of each finger. So like a box or a letter C. And of course these fingers are going the opposite direction, so these ones start the opposite side. We go like so, going this way. Next one. Like so. And then we could probably see like lines on the palm of his hand and maybe the other side of his thumb just coming in here. And a line for the palm of his hand just in there. So at the moment it kind of just looks like a floating hand. So Sorry, just one more line maybe there for the palm of his hand. So he needs a wrist, obviously. So this is going to come out just here, go down and off my page. And then this is here. Now we can attach this up to his shoulder. So draw a line going down there. And then we'll add a line for the fold of his armpit, just here. Like so. We might be able to see some of his forearm just underneath his middle finger knuckle. Like not his forearm, but like his forearm of his jacket. So just like a curved line like that. Just some of his jacket in there. And then we have another lightning shape on this side. So it comes down real long. Back into there, zigzag down, back in. Then the tail of that just here. Ooh. Tail of it. What, did I put that in the wrong place? Tail of it goes down. Oh, I went the wrong side. Oops. Up here, not down. Sorry. Yeah, and then up this way. And then back up to there. So then we have bits of lightning. Of course, this lightning is just like yellow lines. I'll draw it in black, and just so you can see it, obviously. But it's just yellow kind of lightning lines coming out and around. So you're just jaggedy, like so. Like this. If you're colouring, I would suggest do them in yellow. But if you're doing manga, this is fine. This one comes down, like around his finger, down across it here. Another one here. Just carving, bending, sort of lightning. Trying to get that effect that it's like kind of stringy, sort of coming out. Of course, if it's yellow, it'll look more like lightning, obviously. And I will colour it after. Yeah, I think that's it. That's enough for now anyway. Okay, so there he is. Denki Kaminari. Kaminari. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope it was helpful. See you in the next video.